Emotions in the Digital Age. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We have taken an interest in the ways in which you all communicate with each other, and we recognize that there have been a lot of changes over the years in regard to the type of communication devices that you have available to you. You now have several ways to get a message to someone else or to talk to someone else instantly, and this brings you closer together as a collective. Yes, that face-to-face contact is still ideal, but there are distances between you and your loved ones because of school, travel, work, and for a variety of other reasons. Isn't it wonderful that you have the opportunity to connect so easily with one another in spite of these distances? Now, it is ideal for you to be able to talk about your feelings with another. It is preferred. It is healthy. It gives everyone else permission to talk about their feelings, and believe it or not, your technology is assisting in this regard. If you only had face-to-face contact with others as that one and only opportunity to share what you are feeling, then the likelihood that you would share it would diminish greatly. But because you can send a text, an email, or leave a voicemail message, were you able then to express yourself and know that your message will be received, there is that greater likelihood that you will be authentic, genuine, and honest about what is going on with you emotionally. Sometimes it is very challenging to find the right words to express how you feel, and so you get to edit that text or the email over and over again until you get it just right. Now, of course, you've had letter writing and other ways of communicating prior to this digital age that you're in, but you get such instant delivery now, and that is helpful. That is, as we said, bringing you closer together. We want you all to take advantage of the fact that you have this technology and use it to start those difficult conversations around feelings with those who are so significant in your life. Be more open because you want to deepen the connection that you have with another person, but also do it because you owe it to yourself to express how you feel. When you share what you have to share, it is also important to use emotional words like sad, angry, afraid, and so on. When you are telling someone else how you feel, make sure you know how you feel. Make sure you are feeling it and not just telling the other person that they hurt you, for example. That's not enough information. It is important to recognize the feeling that is there. That is the only way to share it. And with all those different devices that you have now, it is easier than ever for humans to be in touch with each other and to recognize the opportunity that you have to connect and raise the level of awareness of those emotions that are so important. Raise your vibration to receive. We are setting the bar very high for humanity because we think very highly of you. We are impressed by you that you are all able to face and feel in your lives, but we are certainly impressed by the fact that you are still there, as hard as it is to be on Earth. We want you to know that we are not alone in holding all of you in very high esteem. We discuss humanity with other high-frequency beings and collectives all the time, and the consensus is that you all deserve a lot of respect for being able to endure the harsh reality of your circumstance. We also want you to feel for a moment of compassion that there is coming to you from the higher realms because it is immense. We all listen to your cries for help and your prayers, and you give us the opportunity to feel even more compassion and love than we could otherwise. So we are grateful to humanity, and we want you all to know that the help that you have asked for is on its way. The prayers that you have sent up into the heavens have been asked and answered, and all that we ask from you is that you let go of your problems and your fears and worries long enough to be in the high vibration you need to be in to receive what is coming, what has already been sent. This is a group effort, and there are beings whose job it is to soothe all of you, to give you a reason to feel good. Take your spirit guides, for example. They do everything in their power to get you to look at the sunset or spend time with your loved ones. They are doing everything they can to keep you out of despair, so that you can receive all of the higher vibrational energies that are coming in an answer to those prayers and cries for help. The next time that you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, just remember how much help you have. And the next time you are worrying about someone that you love very much, remember all the help that your loved one has. Some of you are perhaps scoffing at this assertion of ours that we and others have been answering those prayers and those cries for help because you don't see it. You look around at your reality and you wonder where it is. But please hear us when we say that you need to slow down enough and relax just a little bit so that you can open yourselves up to receive, so that you can let yourselves be in that higher vibrational state. Feel for the presence of your guides and listen to that intuitive hit that you're getting to go and have fun, to do something that is just for the sake of feeling joy, and watch how all that you have asked for becomes a part of your experience effortlessly. Take yourself to the next level. We have a certain appreciation for those of you who have decided to choose to experience more challenges for yourselves in this lifetime. As you look around on your planet, you can undoubtedly see those who choose an easier path with much fewer challenges, and you can see those who have chosen a very difficult path with many challenges. Of course, you have to have those two ends of the spectrum in a system of duality. These are choices. Some would look around and say, that person has more karma than the other, but everything is a choice. And those of you who have chosen more challenges and more difficult ones are doing the heavy lifting for the rest of humanity. You are breaking new ground with the level of desire that you access, and with all of the energy that you summon, you are bound to have a moment when you let it all in. You get to have the more interesting and fun ride, even though the very comfortable life looks more appealing to you. It is the one that you chose that has the most opportunities for growth. You can feel how much energy there is waiting for you to download when you are quiet, grounded in your physical body, and reaching out to feel for all of that energy. Many times it is right there in your field, just waiting for a crack, so that it can come in and heal you and give you the abundance and abilities that you desire. Of course, once you allow one of these gigantic downloads in, it doesn't mean that you stop presenting yourselves with challenges. You are the ones who recognize how important it is to have challenges to get you to amplify that desire, summon more energy, and then let it in. When you are aware of what you're doing this, you know which steps to take. When you are not aware that you are doing this, that is when life just feels hard and you want to give up. You might even feel suicidal. You certainly don't think that you are doing it on purpose in these moments, but there are these moments you have chosen yourself where you are supposed to feel beaten down, depressed, and like there is no hope for you or for all humanity. That is when the juices start flowing. That is when your higher self starts summoning inward to feel for that opening, to let in that enormous amount of energy. And all you keep doing as you move forward in your lives is summon more and more and more. Let yourselves feel it. Let it in. It has nothing to do with earning it or being good enough in Source's eyes. All you have to do is feel that you are good enough in your eyes to receive all that you have summoned. And that means giving up on all that shame, all of that guilt, and all that judgment that you carry. And we know that is a tall order. But we also know that you're tired of carrying it around and you're ready to take yourselves to that next level. Fifth dimensional knowing versus third dimensional beliefs. We have begun to appreciate the different challenges that you face there on Earth as beings who have allowed yourselves to be under a certain spell. Now we see the bigger picture, and we recognize that spell that you have been under was created by you specifically to give you certain experiences that you could only have while holding this very limited view of self and reality. What we are now noticing is how many of you feel trapped in a loop that brings you back around to the same limiting thoughts and beliefs and even actions. As awake as you are, you find it difficult, if not impossible, to free yourself from that limitation that you once constructed to give yourselves a third-dimensional experience of reality. Now that you are fourth-dimensional, it is, of course, time to let go of these limitations and be the version of yourself that understands who you really are as source energy beings. However, these limiting thoughts and beliefs keep coming up, and they are creating an atmosphere for you that is very uncomfortable, especially when you now know better. It is as if you are in a battle of wills between your fifth-dimensional knowing and your third-dimensional beliefs, and you sometimes feel stuck in the middle, trying so hard to be your higher self and to hold that consciousness. But then the ego still wants to survive and wants to be better than others. The ego still wants to feel separation, and it is very tempting to go down that road of measuring yourself against others to determine your self-worth. And then the fifth-dimensional part of you gets active and realizes that there's no separation, there's no need to survive or measure yourself. The part of you that knows about ascension and your infinite and eternal nature. You don't have to spend any of your time and effort trying to destroy thoughts and beliefs. You just need to be aware of when they come up so that you can lovingly let them go and return to the knowing of your fifth-dimensional higher self. Keep making that shift internally until it becomes second nature, and you will no longer be in a battle. It will be more like a group hug. The mind and emotions. We are completely fascinated by humanity's ability to complicate something that is inherently simple. It is not the whole of you that makes something complicated. It is only your mind that does such things. Why would your mind make something more complicated than it actually is? Well, quite simply, your mind is usually protecting your ego. Your mind is protecting the part of you that feels emotion, and it is protecting you from having to feel that emotion. Your emotions are, after all, at times quite crippling, and the ego is all about survival. So the ego will use its tool, the mind, to protect itself, often without even realizing it is doing so, from feeling an emotion. Those lower frequency emotions can result in you feeling so bad that you find yourself in a ball on the floor, unable to function. And if you are unable to function, you might not do what it takes to survive. And the ego is all about survival. That's why you all have the aspect of self, and why it has been so necessary to keep you in the reality that you have been experiencing. If you didn't care so much about survival, then you might not feel things the way that you do. And your higher self and your oversoul both want you to feel. They know that the purpose of having an experience is to get to you feeling something, anything. But the ego and the mind are more focused on survival, so the mind will make something complicated which keeps you in your mental body. And if you're in your mental body, you're less likely to be grounded in your physical body, and you're less likely to feel what's going on in your emotional body. Anytime you feel yourself participating in mental gymnastics, trying to figure out what these numbers over here mean, for example, you might want to check in with your chakras. You might want to pay more attention to what you are not allowing yourself to feel, what you are afraid to feel. When something hurts, it hurts. And when you don't want to deal with something, you will usually do anything and everything in your power to not deal with it. Some people turn to repetitive action or any type of action that they can focus on to not feel what's going on inside. Pay attention to your thoughts and your actions, and even your words, because more often than not, they are the clues to let you know what's going on inside you that needs addressing. Your emotions need to be felt at some point, and the longer you put off feeling them, the more intense they will become. This is why we prescribe regular check-ins. We want you to know what's going on inside of you, so that you can feel your emotions, get past them, and get to the good stuff. There are always good feeling vibrations inside of you, always waiting to be felt and experienced. The power of being in the flow. We are very excited to share with you the following transmission. We have been noticing the very beautiful ways that all of you who are awake have been processing your emotions, and we notice there's a greater understanding now than ever before on how powerful and significant these emotions are. As you gradually expand your consciousness and become your higher selves, you are, in many ways, freeing yourself from the bondage of being trapped by those unwanted, low vibrational emotions. And we see more and more of you soaring free without the baggage that you have been carrying. What you are here also there to do is to recognize that you are never more powerful than when you are feeling something, no matter what it is. When you are letting the energy of emotion flow through you, that is when you are your most powerful. That's when you are in the flow, and that's what you are there to recognize at this time. It really is not about what you think or what you do or what you say. It is about what you feel. When someone is talking to the public because they are a public figure, don't hang on every word that they are saying. Instead, notice what vibration the individual is holding and whether he or she is in the flow or offering resistance. You want to support those who are in the flow. You want to support expansion, no matter where you are on your journey, whether you have a lot of emotions left to process or not. You are there to create the reality that is your ideal version of life on earth. And you can only do that through feeling. That's not enough time or energy to do it through action. It's really about letting yourself be in the flow of that creation, that version of reality that you want to experience. Anytime you are tensing up and in resistance, you are not allowing the flow of energy to empower you. And so, if you want to be of service to yourself and others, remember this transmission. Remember the power of being in the flow of what you feel, and how necessary it is at times to let go of whatever it is you are resisting, so that you can just be in the moment with whatever it is that you feel. You can feel more powerful than you have allowed yourselves to up until now, and you can let your emotions guide you on that journey. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.